Day 7. Super excited. Today's video is all about energy. Now, I know we talk about energy a lot, family, and it's not been longer than a minute since we've spoken about it. Less than 60 seconds. But let's jump right into this. Before we get into this video, though, just know that there's so many different ways of observing energy. We can talk about thermodynamics, that's heat. We can talk about electricity, that's waves. We can talk about so many different forms of observed energy in the forms of technology and industrial works and things like this. The energy I want to talk about actually kind of piggybacks on all of the concepts because these are primary fundamental elements of this reality that I'm speaking about. I have no hope for these things. They are because they were before I was, and that's I'm telling you about them. So energy is understood as the polarity dance of vibration, and it fluctuates between a high and low. And if we observe energy in the form of waves, we can see that there is a crest and a trough in each wave. It's a up and a down. It's the flow of the energy in which we're observing. People can see this in the machine that allows a person to know if their heart is still beating. You know, what's it called? A barometer, a thermometer, something-mometer. It measures where the heart beats at. And if you're dead, it's a flat line. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That movement, that circulation, that fluctuation is energy. My mother always told me, and she was 1,000% correct on this every time she said it. She said life is all about ups and downs. Why is that? Because those are the two directions in which we utilize to explain what happens in our reality. So we experience ups and downs in the concept of contrast. We can only understand the ups because we can differentiate them from the down, which is contrast, the differentiation. So this reason why we're bringing in energy into this next one here is because energy is a primary element of this entire universe. And if we understand energy, it actually assists us in better understanding all of the other understanding of these other principles that we've already brought forward. All right. So now that we understand that energy is both positive and negative in its forms, we also understand in the forms in which we utilize it, we can see high pressure and low pressure in the forms of plumbing, which is the movement of energy in the form of water. Because energy has different forms in which it shows up. So I hope you guys stuck up or checked out day number 6 where we talk about form and function, because that's going to help you understand how energy has so many different ways of observing it. Because the function of energy is the movement of energy. It's the movement of frequency. It's the movement of, I need to find a better way to picture that without using the same words. But to understand the function of energy in the form of water is to understand the form of energy in all states, high and low. So that's why you can see water evaporate and turn into steam, or it could cool and turn to ice, because there's the two polarities of the same concept of energy in that regard. In the same context, like we move to another context and we look at electricity, we can see a high voltage and low voltage, which is the amount of amps. I can't actually tell you that off the definition because it got jumbled. But basically what I'm explaining is that energy shows up in so many different ways that we can observe it. And it's only for us to slow down enough to understand that it's all energy. So when we are able to understand this, right, now we can take it away from the outside, all right? Because you guys know I love to do this. I like to start looking out here, touching and feeling all these things, and it's like, okay, I actually get it now. Okay, thank you. And now I want to understand that when it comes to energy, your own personal energy, how do you read your own personal energy? I can give you guys a really easy way to picture it, but the process actually takes discipline. So an easy way to picture it is like playing the game, what's that game called? I can't remember the name now. Hold on. What's the name? Thank you. I'm trying to get that. The name is hide and go seek, let's say, or something like that, right? You play hide and go seek and one person hides super far away, and then it's like you're supposed to let them know if they get closer or farther. That's basically the game of your energy. It's really understanding how do you feel in context to how you can measure hot and cold, because you know when you are at a higher expression of energy, because it's called excitement, it's called joy, it's called what other things they like to call celebration, it's called these things, right? But this is just energy, and we explain the energy by a name that helps us understand what the energy was like. So we said, oh, John was super excited because he got his first song deal. It helped you picture how John was like, because, you know, super excited. Oh, man, he must have been like, oh, my goodness. You know, he must have been like something because that's what you said. So if you said John was pretty excited, yeah, he was happy, but it wasn't a banger. They didn't pick up the banger. You know, it could be anything. So you have to understand like the energy aspect, which is when it comes into conclusion of the self, it's more about how you feel, and the direction of your feelings is illustrating how you are managing your energy. So if you walk around like this, I could guess. You know what I'm saying? And if you also walk around like this, you know what I'm saying? Speak for a fucking self. Excuse me, IT, but I like to pop my shit. And that's how it feels. So you got to be able to respect what you feel like, because if you don't, no one else will. That's what said the Lord. That's your higher self. Your higher self said, if you don't respect how you feel, how you expect somebody else to? And what you want me to do? Oh, you got some dreams and goals and desires, but you don't want to stick to them? How you want me to stick? Straight up. So I'll tell y'all what it is, man. I say exactly. So, boom. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to share about energy, family. It's a polarity. It's a dance. And we understand this. We know this. So here we are, remembered. Super excited. Anything else I wanted to share about this? Energy is contagious. Energy is contagious. You can't even watch my videos without smiling. It's not allowed. And I don't have no rules really, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to pretend like this shit don't make you want to smile, but you can't even pretend that. Like, why is that? It's called energy. And I turned that shit up just now in the video. And then y'all can feel that shit. And I know. Because this shit feel like, yeah. This shit feel like, yeah. It doesn't feel like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Walking around down the street. Go see my mother. Go see my auntie. Pop a smile on them folks. You know what I'm saying? Keep it rocking. Hey, y'all better be able to find this. It's free too. So don't tell me you go find Amazon, all of them things, okay? If you can't find this, you ain't really looked yet. For real. Like, bro, the whole world thirsty. Like they've never drank a bottle of water. And all they want is some compassion and some smile. Woo! And you can't get it if you're holding on to all the other stuff. So the stuff I'm teaching about it's imperative. The world is waiting for a hug. And they just need a hug themselves because they waiting too long at this point. But not that self-love, real talk. Like, I'm really going to tell y'all, like, yeah, because the world needs to know. So, yeah, that's what illustration on energy, family. This is day 7 on the 30 Days of Enlightenment. It's your consciousness. And the world don't have a choice but to smile for my videos. Now, sometimes I come on the videos and I'm on a different type of time. So we're going to have to, you know, get serious sometimes. But on these videos, you don't have a fucking choice. And I'm super excited to say that, and I feel it too. So I really don't care who nothing, you know, I don't even feel for anybody's thoughts about that. I really don't. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. Shine your light out there in the real world, because they need to see something they realize so they can realize that they real lives in their real hands. So with that being said, picture your future, man. I'm going to see y'all there. Peace.